Hey guys, so today we're going to be learning about if statements. If statements are like very crucial to programming because they help you out with like the simplest things, and we're also going to be learning about Boolean expressions and Boolean statements. So let's get started. So I've created a program called if statements, and as you can see I don't have pseudocode because in this program we won't be creating an actual program or anything. It's just like a tutorial on if statements. In the next program, I'll help you create a program that incorporates the user's input. So basically, what you need to know is Boolean expressions, and these are and or not, and it's what it's created with, and or not. And is represented by two ampersands. And what this means is that if I have, say, two things that are supposed to be true, true meaning one or on, one in binary and on basically like the computer is on, or this one program is on, which means it's running, or it's true, like the statement is true. So if the statement was 1 is greater than 0, that would be true. If it was 1 is less than 0, that would be false because 1 is obviously not less than 0. And in this, in and, basically the entire statement or expression has to be true, and I'll show you that in just a sec. And if it's an or statement, only part of the expression has to be true, and this is represented by two vertical bars. Now, if you press shift and the backslash, it'll give you a vertical bar. So shift and backslash key, that'll give you vertical bar. Just press that twice to get the two bars. And not will basically reverse whatever the whatever the outcome of the statement is. So say the statement was true and you put an exclamation point in front of it, that would give you the exact opposite of the outcome of the statement. So say I had um, 1 is greater than 0. Now that's true, but this overall statement will be false because I have this exclamation point in front of it. And then also what you need to do to create these expressions is have greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, equals, and not equal. You need to know all of these. This is like basic math. You should know this from like I don't know, grade 4, whatever. And it's just these right here. And as I said before, you need two equal signs for this to have something equal to something, like a variable. One equals will only store whatever is on the right side of the equation in that variable, but to have the variable equal to exactly something, you need two equals. And then there's the not equal. And as you can see here, I have a random statement. It says int random equals int math.random times 4. This basically generates random numbers, and what it does is that, uh, as you can see here, it's part of the math class, and I'll go over more of the math class in a later video. And basically what it does is that it generates random numbers from 0 to whatever you've indicated. So 4 basically means that um, that generate random numbers up to 3, because 4 basically means all the numbers. So 0, 1, 2, and 3, that's 4 numbers. So it goes right up to 3. If I want 4, I just put 5, but I want 4 right, or 3 right now. So I just put 4 there. And we're storing that in an integer. And here is the if statement, basically. And what it does is that you have this if right here, and then you have two parentheses, and between that parentheses you have your statement. So for me, I wrote random is equal to 0 if one of these math dot random numbers is 0, or random is equal to 3. So if it's either 0 or 3, I want to print out these two statements. Now notice how I put brackets here. This is just to merge these two statements. If they weren't there, it would print out whatever the first line was right beneath it. So say I had no brackets, it would just print out this line. But since I do have brackets, it will print out both these lines. And if it's not 0 or 3, so else, I'll print out goodbye. And if we run that, or build that, sorry, it should work. And run goodbye. So the number was either 1 or 2 because otherwise it would have printed these two lines. So let's run that again to see what we get. So it was again another number. Okay. And let's try that again. Come on. Give me a 3 or a 0. Okay. Let's try to do this. And maybe. Oh, okay. Well, just to prove to you that this works, I'm just going to remove this random statement and just put a 3 here. And the random number is 3. And then bye. So if it is 3, if it was 0, then it would print out 0 instead of 3 here. The random number is 0. But I don't want any of that. I just want the math at random. So there you have it, if statements. They're very simple and they're very useful because it basically is like if you have a truck and you can't decide between what color you want. It's just hypothetical. It's a very stupid example, but it works. And you can't decide between yellow or blue, and you're just gonna flip a coin. So if the coin is heads, you want the color to be blue. If the coin is tails, then you want the color to be blue. So if coin heads, the truck color would be yellow or blue or whatever I said first, else the other color. So basically it's very simple, and yeah, I'll show you how to create a program with that in the next video. So see you then.